Hey, so I hope those gratitude questions and looking at the gratitude blog kind of gave you some ideas about what to do about gratitude and how to exercise it in your lives. The Haley Bartholomew blog, she just has some of the best stuff in there. And if you check out her other blogs, they kind of lead you to more ideas. She's like really, really creative. And I think you'll learn a lot from her on gratefulness. So, next, I wanted to just share a little bit about self reflection and self awareness. Now, self reflection and self awareness are pretty similar. I believe you can self reflect and become more self aware, but not vice versa, if that makes any sense. Um, I believe we walk into self awareness, but self reflection is more like a practice to me. It's more like something you develop over time and you begin to make a habit so that you can become more self aware. Like, for instance, I do it through journaling and I go back and I read my journals. Sometimes I get too busy to do that, but I suffer when I do that because I don't really take the time to spend time with me. And so self awareness is just an ongoing process that happens for you that eventually becomes automatic, and it's something you click into and go, wow, I knew that about myself. Why do I do this way then? It can even get more serious with relationships when you kind of want to kick yourself in the head sometimes for doing stupid stuff that you probably wouldn't have normally done. Well, that might mean that there's something off balance inside. Maybe you haven't done that time to self reflect, and maybe you're really feeling bad and you haven't been honest with yourself, or you've chosen to numb out and deal with it another way. So, I did put in the course itself some questions, 101 questions to ask yourself, because I think they're pretty special. And if you take a couple each day and just put them on your calendar, develop your ritual, and just begin to really become more insightful, or just Google a whole bunch of different, self reflection questions, and you'll find probably the ones that you're looking for. There are so many out there. I know when I Googled and I looked for one, this was one of the best ones that I found, but there are so many others. So do your own research and determine, what you want to really search and how you want to learn how to become, and you'll be really glad that you did. I put something in there also about 5 languages of love, and I think that that's really good for couples and for you to acknowledge with your children and maybe even learn from being closer to your kids. There are all kinds of tests and awareness rituals and different things that you could do that you can make a point to do on a very daily, day by day basis that will really help you and define who you really are. Now, I know all of us aren't really looking to become a certain person, but it's still very to become that special person, I should say. Maybe I still said that wrong, but I know all of us aren't just aching, there it is, to find out more and more and more about ourselves. It's not a internal yearning unless you begin to make it a practice. And so that's back to my self-actualization and how we turn that into a practice by becoming more self-actualized, becoming more confident, becoming more purpose in the things that we do. And as we do that, we learn how to really become, and we find out who we really are. And it's so neat when you can tell somebody else, hey, that's not me. That's not who I am. But here is who I am. And it's a good thing that you understand yourself that way so you can begin to really communicate and draw those people first. You can communicate who you are to other people. And then secondly, you're able to help people understand you and who you are, and also thirdly, attract people of that same caliber, and people who know themselves very well, people who exercise self-awareness and self-reflection, people who cause you to think deeply. I know that as soon as I begin to do this on a regular basis in my life and practice it with regularity, I begin to meet people. I ended up in a really special place and met some really deep thinkers, and there was a whole bunch of them from people all over the world that I actually joined a diversity group and a leadership organization that helped me to come in contact with some of the best friends I've ever met. In fact, I met my husband at this organization. So I really love that we're good friends. I love that we have genuine conversation, even the hard stuff we can tackle because we're both deep thinkers. And had I not begun to work on myself in that way, I probably never would have met my husband or nor been attracted to his mind and his intellect the way that I was. So, ladies, if you're looking for a special someone, work on yourself. And same with guys. Guys, if you want that special woman, then hey, you got to do something special for yourself. So I'm just encouraging you to do that. And thank you. Bye bye.